Hello and welcome. This is part 2 of a video series regarding setting up access rights to files and folders in Linux. So in part 1 I demonstrated how to create user accounts, group accounts, and adding various user accounts to the groups. In this part I'm going to go ahead and create some folders and files, and then changing ownership, group ownership on those files and directories. Now, I have already created a directory that I'm going to be working with, and let me get over to that directory, and it is sitting in my data folder. So I'm going to go over there to change directory to data, and the folder that I've set up to work with is called shares. So let's go into shares. So cd to shares, I spelled it incorrectly, so now I'm in shares. So I have nothing in shares, it's just an empty directory. And so let's go ahead and clear the shares. So what I'm going to do now is to create 2 folders in shares, and one will be for the accounting groups and one will be for the sales group. So let's go ahead and create a folder. 2 folders, that is. So sudo make there, and I'll call one accounting underscore data, and the next I'll call sales underscore data. Now let's have a look and see the access rights in terms of who is the owner of these directories. So ls-la will give us a long listing, and also shows the permissions that has been assigned. So we can see that on the accounting data, the first folder that we created, that I'm highlighting here, that the root is both the user user account and the group account. And this is just specifying the rights that has been given to files and folders in this data folder. So read, write, and execute has been given to the user or owner root, and read and execute has been given to root, which is the group as well. So what I want to do is to change the ownership on the accounting data and give that access to my accounting group. Now, in order for me to change the group ownership on a directory, I will use the command chown. So this will be to change the owner, and if I want to change the group, let's go ahead and change the group. So it's chgrp. So this will change the group owner on the directory accounting data. So I'm going to go ahead and change the group, then specify the name of the group, which is my accounting group. So it's ACCT GRP, my accounting group. And now I have to specify the folder that I want to make the change on. So it's accounting data. Now you can use the -R option so that this change will occur recursively, meaning that it will transition over to it will be inherited by the child folder, and within this folder or under this folder accounting underscore data. So I'm going to go ahead and make the same change or a similar change to the sales data, but now I'm going to change the group ownership to on the sales. So sales group. So I'm giving ownership now to the group called sales group, and I'm making the change on the sales data. So sales underscore data. Now let's do a long listing again. So ls-le, and let's see what change we've actually made. So now notice here that the difference between the first command, before changing the group ownership, root was the owner for both accounting data directory and also the sales data. Now after making the change, you can see that root is still the user or the owner, but the group now has been changed to accounting group for accounting data and sales group for the sales data. You can also use a command called the tree command, and you can specify some options. For example, you can use the command pug, pug, and basically what this is saying is you want to use the tree command to give you a view of the files and folders under a specific folder or in a specific path. And P is for to list the permissions, U is to list the user, and G is to list the group. And you will see what this command will actually do. So this here, I don't have any files under the accounting data or the sales data, but you can see that it actually shows you a tree listing of the files and directories under the shares. It shows the user account, and it shows the group account for that folder, the name of the folders under that path, and it shows you the permissions as well. So the next thing is, let's go ahead and cd into, let's clear this up a bit. Let's cd into our ACCT data and create some files. So I'm just gonna create a few files in here. Let's just call them ACCT file 1, ACCT file 2, and ACCT underscore file 3, like that. Oh, I have forgot to use that sudo command. So sudo touch. Now if I go to ls, I should see the files there. Now let's do an ls dash la, and here are my files. Here I see all the listings of the files. So let's go ahead back to one level up and go into my next directory, which is my sales directory. So cd into sales directory, and I'm going to repeat that command to create a few files, but this time I'm going to call it sales file 3, sales file 2, and sales file 1. So sales file 2 and sales file 1. So now I should do a listing and see the files there, and here are all my files. Now let's go ahead and go one level back up, and this should put me into the shares. Now I'm going to go ahead and repeat the command. Now notice that all the files, they've actually been the root is still the owner on each file, and the root group is also set on all the files. And this is true for the files that I've created in the sales data as well as the accounting data. Now I'm going to go ahead and change the file group again on the on both folders. So I'm going to repeat that command, and let's go. Okay, so let's repeat this command, sudo chgrp change group, and I'm going to use the -r command, and I will assign the sales group. I will make that change to sales group and to the sales group data. So let's do enter and repeat the command again for accounting data. So accounting data, and I will change this now to ACCT group. Now let's do a listing again of LA and change the to the ACCT data. Okay, now when I issue that command to change the group ownership again with the -r command, you can see that the group has now been changed on all of the files. Okay, so you can see that file 1, file 2, and file 3, the group ownership has now been changed to the accounting group. If I repeat the command on the sales data, you will see the same thing. Okay, the file 1, file 2, file 3, the group ownership has now been changed to the sales group. I can also use the command ls, the tree command, with the same options that I've used before, which is PUG. So this will list the permissions, the user, and the group ownership on the files in all the folders and files under the shares parent data. So now this is showing me this is the main folder here, accounting data. These are all the files. So you can see that accounting group is the group ownership on the folder accounting data, and now I have accounting group is the owner or the group assigned to all of the files accounting 1, 2, and 3, and same thing here with the sales. Okay, so this concludes this video. I just wanted to demonstrate how to set up basic file and folder permissions in Ubuntu Linux. Thank you for watching. I hope you find this video useful. If you do, please remember to put a like on the video, subscribe, and give me a comment if you think I'm missing anything that needs to be added. Put a comment on the video, and thanks for watching.